prophecy of treading on scorpions. The authority to tread upon scorpions and serpents is a prophetic foreshadow of what will occur in the end times, in the latter days. Luke chapter 10 verse 19 talks about this. Behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents and scorpions, and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. The word power here in the Greek is actually the word authority. It means authority in the kingdom. And who are these serpents and who are these scorpions? Matthew chapter 23 verse 33 talks about who the serpents are. Ye serpents, ye generation of vipers, how can ye escape the damnation of hell? Christ calls the Jews serpents. Matthew chapter 3 verse 7. But when he saw many of the Pharisees and Sadducees come to his baptism, he said unto them, O generation of vipers, who hath warned you to flee from the wrath to come? Both Jesus and John said unbelieving Jews are serpents and vipers. But who are the scorpions? According to the prophet Ezekiel, chapter 2, verse 5 and 6, he says, And they, whether they will hear or they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall know that there hath been a prophet among them. Who will know there's been a prophet among them? The Jews. The Jews will know there's a prophet among them. And thou, son of man, be not afraid of them, neither be afraid of their words, though briars and thorns be with thee, and thou dost dwell among scorpions. Be not afraid of their words, nor be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house. Ezekiel and the Lord declare that the rebellious Jews are scorpions that he's dwelling among. Little stingers, little pokies, little briars and thorns that want to stick in you. Vipers. This is 2 or 3 witnesses that is satisfactory according to establishing the matter. Deuteronomy chapter 19 verse 15. 1 witness shall not rise up against a man for any iniquity or for any sin in any sin that he sinneth. At the mouth of 2 witnesses or at the mouth of 3 witnesses shall the matter be established. This prophetic foreshadow of 2 witnesses bringing power over the scorpions and serpents under our feet in the last days is written in the book of Revelation. And the bringing of the tribes and gathering of the remnant of God together, having power over the scorpions and the serpents in the latter days. Revelation chapter 3 verse 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. Those who reject the call to come and gather under the banner in the name of Christ in the latter times with the tribes, unbelieving Jews who refuse to come and exit us out, they will be given over to their enemies to tread them underfoot. The power and the authority is given to them by the Lord to tread them underfoot. The same power that we have to tread upon scorpions and serpents is actually handed over to the beast and his kings. In the book of Revelation chapter 17 verse 16 and 17 it talks about this. It says, And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. For God hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree to give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of God shall be fulfilled. And so what we see here is that the Antichrist is given power to tread over Jerusalem for 42 months. The power of the beast is even granted and delegated authority to trample on scorpions and serpents by the Lord himself. And the people that refuse to Exodus, they will be handed over. That's written in the book of Revelation chapter 11 verse 2. But the court which is without the temple leave out, and measure it not, for it is given unto the Gentiles. In the holy city shall they tread under foot 42 months. So these 42 months which the beast is given power over Jerusalem, he's treading on scorpions and serpents, on the unbelieving Jews, taking the city from the unbelieving Jews. As those who've accepted Christ, the Messiah, have power over the serpents and scorpions as well, walking over them and leaving. And this occurs for those 42 months. Revelation chapter 13, verse 5 says that the beast is given power for 42 months. And this is permitted that they are handed over to their enemies by our authority for the Exodus. We have the power to tread upon scorpions and serpents. The authority is delegated to us. We are first going to exodus everybody else out, and then the beast is permitted to go in by the authority granted. Revelation chapter 12 talks about the people leaving. And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she had the place prepared of God, that they should feed her there 1,260 days. The remnant Jews who exodus out by the power of the prophesying of 2 witnesses, and the authority is granted to tread over scorpions and serpents, they will be protected from the serpent in the end for those 1,260 days, which is 1,260 days. Revelation chapter 11, verse 3, and I will give power unto my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days clothed in sackcloth. That word power is denoted as authority. Jesus said in Matthew chapter 21, verse 42 through 45, Jesus said unto them, Did ye ever read in the Scriptures, the stone which the builders rejected, the same is become the head of the corner? This is the Lord's doing. It is marvelous in our eyes. Therefore I say unto you, the kingdom of God shall be taken from you, and given to a nation bringing forth fruits of it. And whosoever shall fall on this stone shall be broken, but on whomsoever it shall fall, it will grind him to powder. And when the chief priests and Pharisees had heard his parables, they perceived that he spake of them. So we see here that Christ has to deal with the Pharisees and the chief priests being removed because of their unbelief. And what occurred during that time? Christ delegated the authority to the apostles and warned the unbelieving Jews that they're serpents, and the Romans were sent in to sack Jerusalem and their temple. The woman who exoduses out is protected to walk over scorpions and serpents unharmed. And those who exodused then preserved the church. They tread upon scorpions and serpents without any harm. They are the ones who remain to this day, which is the church, the Israel of God. But there is no second temple remaining. They were defeated. The same thing occurs in the latter times. Now, what we have is a third temple coming. The woman's going to flee Exodus out into the wilderness for those 1,260 days, and that serpent is going to try to come against the church. And the book of Revelation talks about the woman having power over the serpent. In Revelation chapter 12, verse 17. The dragon tries to make war with the woman and her seed who keep the commandments of God and have the testimony of Jesus Christ. And all the nations will come under our dominion and domain at the end of the 1,260 days. Christ will return, and we will trample and tread upon all those who have tried to overcome the church. Because the devil, the serpent, will have no power over us. He is under our feet, and we walk on serpents unharmed. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 24 and 25. Then cometh the end, when he shall have delivered up the kingdom of God, even the Father, when he shall have put down all rule and all authority and power. For he must reign till he hath put all enemies under his feet. And we will tread upon scorpions and serpents from now until the end of the tribulation and forevermore, as the kingdom of God is eternal. And we will always have dominion over the serpent. Even when he's loosed for a short season after the 1,000 years, he will still be finished off under our feet because we tread upon scorpions and serpents. There is no dominion ever, forever that will have dominion over the kingdom of Christ. We will always rule and reign. And this is a prophecy of the treading serpents.